This is my math practice worksheets packet, and I'm going to show you how to do the partial products practice, which is on pages 6 and 7. And the first page looks like this. Solve each problem following each step in the box, okay? So to figure out 12 times 19, I'm going to round each factor to the nearest 10. So my factors are 12 and 19. If I round 12 to the nearest 10, I have to think, is 12 closer to 10 or 20? Well, that's closer to 10. And 19, is that closer to 10 or 20? Well, that's closer to 20. Okay. Now I'm going to make an estimate of the product. So 10 times 20 is, well, 1 times 2 is 2 with 2 zeros, 200. So now I know my estimate is 200. My answer should be close to 200 if it's reasonable. Solve the problem using the partial products method. Okay, so for 12, I know that's 10 and 2. And 19 is 10 and 9. Then I'm going to fill in all the boxes. For this box, I'm going to do the 10 times 10. 10 times 10 is 100. Instead of doing 10 times 12, I did 10 times 10 and 10 times 2. 10 times 2 is 20. Instead of 9 times 12, I'm going to do 9 times 10, which is 90, and 9 times 2, which is 18. Now I'm going to add up all those partial products in this space right here. 100 plus 20 plus 90 plus 18. Notice that when I stack these, I'm really lining up my ones place and my tens place. 8 ones, 9, 10, 11, 12 tens. That makes 100 and 228. Now I'm going to reflect on my estimate. 228 is close to 220. So I'm going to say check, star, happy face. Great, my estimate was good and my product looks reasonable. Okay, let me show you how to do one more. 23 times 17. The first thing I'm going to do is round each factor to the nearest 10. Well, 23, is that closer to 20 or 30? That's closer to 20. 17, is that closer to 10 or 20? It's closer to 20. So my estimate is 20 times 20, which is, well, 2 times 2 is 4, add 2 zeros, 400. So now I know I want my answer to be close to 400. Okay, so now I'm going to use the partial products method. 23 I'm going to write as 23, and 17 I'm going to write as 10 and 7. Now I'm ready to solve the boxes. Instead of doing 10 times 23, I'm going to do 10 times 20 and 10 times 3. Well, 10 times 20 is, 1 times 2 is 2, add 2 zeros, 200. 10 times 3, I know my decade facts, is 30. Now I'm going to do this side. Instead of 7 times 23, I'm going to do 7 times 20, 7 times 3. Well, 7 times 2 is 14, add a 0. 7 times 3 is 21. Now I've got to add them all up. I like to put the bigger numbers kind of on top of each other so I can keep them really aligned. And then I'll put the smaller numbers down below just so that I can very easily stack my ones, tens, and hundreds. 1 in the ones place, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2, 3, 391. Oh, and my estimate was 400. Sounds good to me. So my answer, 391, is close to my estimate of 400. Happy face, star, check, exclamation marks. Okay, I think I got it. There's 2 more on this page. I'm just going to give you a hint about how to do the estimate. So 45, if I were to round this, 45, you have to think, is it closer to 40 or 50? Well, it's in the middle, but we usually round up when it's exactly in the middle. So I'm going to call that 50. And 25, is that closer to 20 or 30? I'm going to round up to 30. Now, because I had to round those up so far, my final estimate might be a little further off from my answer, but that's okay. And 16 times 48, you have to think, is 16 closer to 10 or 20? That's closer to 20. And 48, oh, that's really close to 50. I think you can do the rest on your own.